Numbers 15:32. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day.
Now, when you think about sticks, when you read that carnally, we have to wait a fire, right, elders? So we know about trees. We know about a ship can be wood. We know art can be wood. We know sticks are wood, right? It's a gathering sticks. When I saw that gathering, he gathering people. He gathering people. Go to Ecclesiastes 37:16. See, Ezekiel 37:16, because Elder Stephen know. And I appreciate him being patient while I bring this out. Because he knows, because we did this about, 2.5 years ago? When we found this out, we blew our mind. They got
37 and 16?
Yes. Anytime you see wood, trees, sticks, wood, it'll say wood, a beam. Paul used to call it a plank. I think he said, once you get that plank out your eye, now Christ said that beam out your eye. He said, get that Pharisees, that man out of your eye.
Yeah.
He was, he's this fabulous, man. But read that.
Ezekiel 37:16. Moreover, thou son of man.
Son of man. Okay, read.
Take thee one stick.
One stick.
And write upon it for Judah. And for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick.
Wait a minute. Another. He compared these people to sticks.
And write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim. And for all the house of Israel, his companions.
When it say companions, all their followers, those people been converted. Isaiah 2:7. The converts, take all those people. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah. Judah's a stick. And for a similitude. And for the children of Israel, his companions, his followers. Then take another stick, people, and write upon it for Joseph. Joseph got this doctrine. We know this. I mean, the progenitor Joseph, he had this doctrine. He had the doctrine of Jerusalem. The stick of Ephraim, remember he blessed Ephraim. And for all the house of Israel, his companion. He called these men sticks. Do y'all see that?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else gonna see that?
Now, look at what this is saying, right? So he talking about one stick. He talking about prophets gonna come up in here, gonna be teaching the doctrine of Judah, right? Then he say there's another stick for Joseph. That's prophets gonna come and start teaching the doctrine of Joseph. Y'all see that? Now I want y'all to think about. Y'all saw when we went to. Did we go? No, it wasn't with y'all. Y'all have an understanding of Obadiah when it start talking about Judah gonna be a fire and Joseph gonna be a flame. All right, y'all do understand that Christ's doctrine come from Joseph, right? Do y'all know that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show it to you right quick. That's what he telling you. He's showing it to, he just saying it in another. He ain't telling you, go get a piece of paper and put this piece of paper with the 12 tribes of Israel on it, like these knuckleheads teaching these people, right? You can't get in the kingdom with a piece of paper that got the 12 tribes of Israel on it. That's a bunch of foolishness. They don't know what it means, right? We're gonna go right quick, and I don't want to keep you too long, Elder.
No, you good. You good.
Just to show you, he talking about something else, and y'all about to see it right now. Matthew chapter 1. Right.
Excuse me.
We're gonna start at verse 15. So you will see what the lineage is. The lineage of the doctrine. All right. So y'all see how they come together. Matthew 1 and 15. And Eliud begat Eleazar, and Eleazar begat Matan. Then it says Matan begat Joseph. Who is Joseph? Joseph's name was changed to Israel. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
So now it ain't talking about men, it's talking about doctrines. Y'all see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Matan begat Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. And Jacob begat Joseph. Now y'all see who the husband of Mary is?
Mm-hmm.
The doctrine of Joseph, which he learned from his father Israel. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm. Jacob begat Joseph.
This whole thing is spiritual, man. But they see it carnally, so they can't tell it, they can't show it to the people. Joseph, husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
He's of Judah. He's of the tribe of Judah, because it says in Hebrews, the Lord sprang out of Judah.
Mm-hmm.
But he learned from Joseph. Y'all see that? So when you go back over here and it's talking about this thing in Ezekiel, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah. All right. So he's telling you the doctrine of Judah, which Christ brought us, right? For the children of Israel, and for the children of Israel, his companion. Then take another stick and write for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companion. He's saying that Israel and Joseph gonna come together. Mm-hmm. They came together in Christ. Mm-hmm. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he talking about when he talking about the sticks that's being picked up. It's the prophets gonna have a certain doctrine. Mm-hmm. Y'all see that? It ain't talking about a camp sign with the 12 tribes on it. That's a lie that people are making up because they don't understand what it's saying. I know this class is very heavy.
It's very heavy.
Because you talking about sticks. Somebody look at you talking, man, picking up sticks. Are you serious? You're going to waste my time with picking up sticks? Those sticks mean something very deep. And nobody don't know what it means. All praises that the Most High brought the elder to bring this on out to y'all. Where you going to next, elder? Who got questions? Are y'all following it?
Oh, Micah got one.
You got a question, Mike? Go ahead. Misha?
Yeah, so just to be clear, so you mean Joseph, the same Joseph of the 12 tribes?
Yes.
That's the
12 brothers. He had a doctrine. Elder, tell them what that coat of many colors mean.
The many colors mean when you, I'm gonna tell you something. This Joseph had many doctrines of culture, and that's what it means. So when he made a coat of many colors, a coat is an apparel, right?
Yes.
He clothed me with righteousness.
Yes.
That's his doctrines.
Yes.
Coat is a similitude for all those colors that he had. Mm-hmm. Culture. He knew those people culture and their doctrine. Joseph knew it. So he clothed him within it. That's what Jacob taught him.
Yes.
Joseph was so smart, man. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
He had the doctrines of different cultures. The Most High set him up to go to Egypt.
Yeah. Yes.
He beautiful, man, has done, man. The Most High is he's a genius, man. But I wanted to bring up
as it related to what you talking about there with them coat of many colors, right? He had all the doctrines that Jacob knew. The rest of them boys didn't have what Joseph had. Joseph was special. All right. Whenever the Most High, he picked Joseph to be, because Joseph is the one that Christ is following. That's where the doctrine coming from. All right. Because it was the pure doctrine that the Most High gave to Jacob. All right. Whenever they was in Egypt, right? When Joseph was in Egypt, right? Jacob sent, they teach the story so wrong, right? They don't know that Jacob is a preacher. Excuse me, Joseph is a preacher. He the one, whenever it's talking about a famine, it ain't talking about ain't nothing to eat. All right? It's not talking about not having anything to eat.
not carnally.
It's talking about nobody, when Jacob thought his son was dead, he stopped teaching. All right? So a famine came in the land because the Most High stopped him from teaching, because he thought that Joseph was dead, because Most High had another plan for Joseph.
He put earth on his head. Remember when he put earth on his head, he put carnal understanding back on his head.
He stopped teaching.
He was mourning.
Yes.
He was mourning because of his son. They said his son was, all this is similitude. And he went back to carnal understanding. So he told his sons, go to Egypt, because he heard that what was going on. Somebody had some understanding.
That's right. That word was getting out. That word was spreading. And to show you that he wasn't, I had already pulled it up. To show you, it ain't talking about the famine y'all think it's talking about. Y'all done read the story, but y'all look at this here. Genesis 43 verse 1. It said a famine was sore in the land, right? And it says, and it came to pass when they had eaten up the corn. This is after Jacob had sent them boys to Egypt to get that food from Joseph, right? Y'all think it's talking about actual food, but it ain't talking about actual food. It's talking about the doctrine that Joseph is teaching, right? He said, it came to pass when they had eaten up the corn which they had brought out of Egypt, their father said unto them, go again, buy us a little food, right? He telling them that they need more understanding from what Joseph was teaching, right? Then it goes into all of that stuff about how Joseph told them that they had to bring their brother, right? Their brother is Benjamin. Now, all 12 of them sons, y'all know they doctrines, right? Those 12 doctrines that Jacob came up with.
They represent doctrines.
Right. Whenever Joseph went into captivity, what age was Benjamin? He was a baby. He was still a young'un, right? So that means he was a new doctrine. Joseph had many colors. He had his brother's doctrines. But he didn't have Benjamin. He wanted that doctrine. Can y'all see that? Is that making sense why he specifically wanted Benjamin to come? Because his daddy had taught him all them other doctrines.
That understanding, boy.
But he didn't have Benjamin.
He didn't have Benjamin.
Y'all see that?
Doctrine. Yeah.
Because Benjamin was the baby. Now check this out. Hold on, let me get it for y'all here so that y'all see it, because he gonna get back this class here. Let me see.
Oh, you good, Elder. You good, Elder, because I want them to get the understanding, and the more you teach about it, they grab it on to your friends that go into Jerusalem. They got to come to that door. They got to come to that door of Jerusalem, and that's why I'm trying to get them to come in. That Jerusalem is a beautiful place because you're going to see some things. You see that stuff, say, oh, that's a fake doctrine. That's a fake doctrine. That's a fake doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now look here. If it's a famine, could somebody please explain this verse to me? Because we just said the famine was sore in Genesis 1. It was a bad famine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Genesis 43:11. And their father Israel said unto them, if it must be so now, because he's saying we got to bring Benjamin with us, do this. Take the best fruits of the land in your vessels, carry down the man a present, a little balm, a little honey, spices, myrrh, nuts, and almonds. If they got all that, where the famine at? They got food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a conflict. They say there's no conflicts in the Bible. If they in a famine, why this man got something for him to eat? Y'all see
all
that?
that's so
Mhm.
heavy, man. That's so
These
heavy right there, bro.
men that's teaching this book, man, again, they fighting over, is the Jew white? Is the Jew black? The Jew is the man that has the doctrine.
Yeah.
He's the guy that can see what the Most High is saying. He in Jerusalem. The Jew is in Jerusalem. And I know they don't like the word Jew. Look, we use that word because that's the way it's printed in the Bible so the people know what it means. They don't know all these technical names and ancient names for Yehuda and Yahweh and all that. They don't know that stuff. You know, this ain't a game of semantics. You have to know what it's saying spiritually. This thing telling a totally different story. How in the world this man got food to give this man if it's a famine going on? They wanted that doctrine. Joseph wanted the doctrine of Benjamin. And so all of that stuff, all of that food and all that stuff, that's doctrine. Myrrh, doctrine. Almonds and nuts, that's food, doctrine. All that stuff talking about doctrines.
And a little honey, sweet words.
See that? Y'all see that?
Yeah.
He's saying take double money in your hand. What's gold? That's
Doctrine.
doctrine. Your hand, doctrine. Most High deal in doctrine. He buy and sell doctrine. He don't buy and sell with money. What's money to the Most High? He could care less. Y'all see that?
It's a heavy class. That's the reason why Elder Yohanan, he gonna get that class about doctrines.
Yes.
Because once you see that, your mind, I'm telling you, it's gonna be better. But
Where you go
Genesis,
to next, Elder?
go to Genesis 49 and 23. And I'm gonna break down this easier in Exodus about killing the fire. So y'all can actually see it so simple. Y'all gonna see it simple. Numbers 15:32.
Did y'all have any questions though? Go ahead, Moshe.
Yeah, I was just so with he talking about Joseph going back, he had to go back to Egypt, right? And so that we know that doctrine was the same doctrine that was given to Christ.
Yes, we just read it. That's who his lineage from. Yes, his genealogy is Jacob, Joseph, and being that he of the tribe of Judah, he as a Judite took on Joseph's doctrine. Joseph's doctrine is the pure doctrine. That's the pure doctrine. That's Jerusalem.
Go to Matthew chapter 1, verse 13. So I'm trying to figure out the correlation.
Matthew chapter 1, verse 13.
2 and 13. My bad.
Okay.
Once you can separate your mind with doctrines being created and carnal people created, then you got to think that like that. It's doctrines, people.
So here Joseph had to go back to Egypt again and had to take Christ with him.
Something happening with your voice there. Say that again.
I said, so here Joseph had to go back to Egypt again. He had to flee into Egypt again. And this time,
okay,
Christ
I got you. Now look here. It says right here, and when they departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeareth unto Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt. Now, why is he fleeing?
Because in verse 3, where it says Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. So he was, it says that he was sending, he was seeking for the king of the Jews.
Okay, now check this out.
That's heavy right there, brother.
Bro, you really don't know, but we're gonna give it to you. Remember, they always say, why was he trying to, quote unquote, divorce the woman? And they say, well, you know, he couldn't show the what was that? How they used to say it, the something of virtue or something like that, the garments of virginity or something like that, for proof of virginity.
Tokens of virginity.
The man knew Joseph got the, he got the spiritual doctrine, right? The angel is telling him, arise and flee to Egypt. He's saying, act like you don't know this doctrine.
I see it. And that's
because
the same thing.
Go ahead, Elder.
Yes, that's what he's saying. He said, don't teach it yet.
Yes.
Leave this doctrine, but don't teach it next. Remember, Egypt is 2 places.
Yes.
That's why I brought it up.
Yes.
The carnal Egypt. Let's go back to it. Acts 7:39. Because come back to here because I like this.
Yes.
Acts 7:39. He's telling Joseph, don't teach it yet. Because see, if he start teaching it, Herod gonna kill him.
Yes.
It come right back to what we was just at.
Oh, wow. So spiritual Egypt is just a state of mind, no understanding. That's
correct.
Yes. Okay. He telling Joseph, don't teach this doctrine yet.
That's right.
Brother, let me tell you something. And I thought about that, what they used to say. Because see, when you go to Egypt, they black folk, we black folks. Brother, if an African man came over here right now, wouldn't you know he from Africa?
Yeah.
Yes.
So how's he hiding?
Right.
Once he opened up his mouth and start talking that dialogue, you say you from Africa.
Right.
If he got fringes on, you'll say, man, you're Israelite. Why you in Africa? When he
right.
Say, think. Am I right? So why they bring up that carnal mess? Now all these people coming into Egypt, if that was so to speak, into the carnal Egypt, ain't they supposed to be wearing fringes? The African people say, why y'all hiding from? We see who y'all are. Y'all Israelites.
Right.
So are you hiding?
No.
You wouldn't be hiding. This thing is.
If a man been in a village all his life and then he sees somebody he ain't never seen before, how you hiding? Everybody know you from somewhere else.
Yeah, bro.
That don't even make sense. It's a lie that they made up because they don't understand what it means. So they have to make it up. That's why he called them idols. If they don't understand it, if instead of them saying, I don't know, they'll say, well, I tell you what, I don't want to look like I don't know, so I'm going to give them something. And what they give them is a lie. But the people start believing the lie. Then they start teaching the lie. And that man who told that lie, he going to be held accountable. Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
Right. Y'all see that? Even when people come from up north, first thing I say, once they start talking, I say, you're not from up here. You're not from down here, are you? Right. But see, I'm a country boy.
Right.
I go up north, time I open up their mouth, they'll say, man, you from way across Georgia.
Look out there.
They say, man, you country, as you know, you country. They know. So why?
That's right.
They gonna know. Am I right or wrong?
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah.
They say, man, that man country. He got a crazy looking beard on.
Right.
He don't know how to talk.
Right.
So what?
Right. Acts 7:39. To whom our fathers would not obey, but thrust him from them, and their hearts turned back again. Their hearts turned back again to Egypt.
Their mind went back in a carnal prison, psychological prison.
Right.
You see that? So it's two Egypts.
Yes.
So when you go back to where you was at, Elder, Matthew 2 and
13.
13.
And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt.
Go back. Don't teach that doctrine yet. And it's going to explain it. It's going to explain it. Keep reading.
And be thou there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the child to destroy him.
Keep reading.
When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt.
No darkness. That understanding wasn't there. There's no understanding in Egypt.
He wouldn't teach it.
He wasn't teaching that doctrine yet.
I don't know if you see that. Do you see that, Elder Moshe?
How about you, Anders?
Yeah, it makes sense.
How about Michael?
Yeah.
How about prophetess Patricia?
And so the child,
she got mute.
Okay, she on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
is the follower of the father, which was Joseph.
Yes.
Verse 15.
Yeah, but I see that, and it's fulfilling prophecy out of Hosea 11:1.
We'll go there next.
Read 15.
And was there until the death of Herod.
Because he had to wait. The same reason that when the situation with Moses time, remember Moses, it was another Pharaoh came about.
Yes.
And that Pharaoh did not know anything about Joseph's doctrine. So he had them started building another doctrine, making bricks for his doctrine.
Yes.
See, so this Herod was going around slaying people with his doctrine.
Okay.
And was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, out of Egypt shall I call my son. Out of Egypt have I called my son.
Out of Egypt, from darkness, psychological prison, into the light.
Y'all see that?
Yeah, I do.
You said that Herod was, what did you say?
He the governor. His doctrine was the law of the land. Herod, Caesar, Pharaoh, all of them mean the same thing. It's the person who in charge. That's the person that's the idol that you see, right? Now think of yourself, Elder Moshe. Wasn't you in a camp under a particular leader? You starting to see the similitude? He said, out of that Egypt doctrine, Christ was gonna come. Christ say, if you in me, I'm in you. When you see them talking about the righteous, it's talking about any of the righteous today. All of the people teaching Christ's doctrine gonna come out of Egypt. They're gonna come out of them carnal doctrines. Y'all see
psychological prison. Yeah.
You came out of psychological prison. Just like I did. Just like Elder Samuel did. All of the righteous, they gonna be in a psychological prison, and they gonna come out of that Egypt and gonna come into the marvelous light.
Brother, that's so heavy right here. Brother, we can keep going on. And I want to go to Hosea 11. But remember that. Out of Egypt. And I'm going to go to 16, Elder.
Verse
We'll
16.
be done with this. Yeah, then we want to go to Hosea 11 and 1.
Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem.
All the ones he slew with his doctrine.
Yes, he converted everybody. He ain't talking about a man killing a bunch of children. That ain't what it's talking about.
That's what it's talking about. He converted them. He slew them with his doctrine.
And in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under. Years is talking about level of understanding. They ain't talking about no 2-year-old child.
Nah, he wasn't doing that.
According to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. But I saw back whenever I was I used to go and I used to study to see what the establishment was teaching about this. And there was a man on the it was a documentary that I saw. He said, you know, I'm not saying Herod wasn't a bad person, this, that, and the other. He said, but there is nowhere in antiquity that this story is except in the Bible. This is the only place you can find that story about Herod going and killing a bunch of children. Because the prophets wrote it a certain way, they don't know what it means. It means just what we just told you, that he converted all of the people in the land to his doctrine. That's what it means, so that this new doctrine wouldn't come forth. And Joseph played stupid so he wouldn't get the doctrine. Y'all see that? He wouldn't teach the doctrine. Because the Most High warned them not to teach the doctrine. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to Hosea 11 so we can see what you're talking about here.
He said, remember that out of Egypt have I called my son. Out of Egypt. Remember that.
Hosea 11 and what?
Oh, that says deep.
Say what?
I said it's a deep class.
It's 11 and 1.
11 and 1?
Yep.
All right. Hosea 11 and 1. When Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt. It's saying the same thing.
Same thing. Man, it's so.
Listen.
What's the prophetess?
Go ahead. What'd you say, Patricia?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm good. But I understand it.
But think about this here. This is saying exactly what I explained. Yes. When Israel, who's Israel? Israel is the spiritual nation.
Yeah, spiritual nation.
Israel is the spiritual nation. All right. When the spiritual nation was a child, right? Then I loved him and called my son. He talking about his son Israel. That means the spiritual nation out of Egypt. He called you out of Egypt.
House of bondage.
The house of bondage. He talking about now. All these people converting.
Yes,
he's called us out now. The gathering is happening. Gathering is to Christ. It ain't talking about going to church on the Sabbath. The gathering is to Christ. People converting. That's what he's telling you. Does that make sense, Elder Mosre?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, just dealing with a lot of doctrines, water coming in.
Yes.
That's all they're dealing with a lot of, they've been tossed, Ephesians 4 and 14, they're going to be tossed here and down with different doctrines. They're going to come to a point. Yeah. Something going to happen.
Yes.
They're going to get everybody's attention. I don't know what, I'm still studying that.
We don't know yet. And Christ said, only the Most High know.
Only the Most High know.
We don't know. So we ain't come up here and tell you, well, let's go be this, let's go be that. We don't know what it is. That's up to the Most High. But we want to make sure we got the understanding when it happened. And y'all gonna have to have the understanding, because them people gonna be coming to see you.
They coming to see you. I'm telling. That's the reason why we getting together. Because
yes,
out of all y'all, all the people, y'all was our favorite, and y'all saw something. Y'all got spiritual eyes, and it's gonna be manifest that y'all gonna be able to see a whole lot better pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 58, because Elder mentioned about Israel. Okay, a lot of people think Christ is his firstborn. Christ was also Israel, Prince Power with God. That's what it means. He was a spiritual man. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, this is the reason why he called Christ my firstborn, my only begotten son, because he's Israel. Y'all got that?
Yeah.
All right, read that.
2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 58. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn,
The spiritual interpret people. People don't kill the old man. Read.
thy only begotten.
Stop. Didn't he call Christ that too?
Yes.
Read.
And thy fervent lover
Uh-huh.
are given into their hands.
Their doctrine. Y'all
Yes.
took in that mess. Read.
Yes. If the world now be made for our sakes,
I will read.
why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
Because they buried the talent
Yes.
in the carnal understanding. That's why.
Yes.
Go to
They gotta
Exodus.
convert.
Yes. Go to Exodus. You have a lot of enemies because the enemy, you haven't killed the enemy in you. That's why God said, I'm going to send your enemies against you. Because you should have killed those enemies. You should have killed that enemy in you first, then help your brother get rest. Get that enemy out of him. Now there's a whole lot of enemies because you buried the understanding. You buried the understanding in the earth, carnal understanding. This thing is a trip.
Yes.
But go to Exodus 4:22.
Okay. Exodus chapter.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want?
Yeah, that's it.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn.
He talking about the spiritual man.
Yes.
Go to Genesis 1:27. He ain't talking about them carnal thugs. He talking about this person been converted to be made in his image. He killed the old man to be like him, the Most High. He said, be like him, didn't it?
Right. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. So God created man of his own image.
The carnal man has not been created yet.
No. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
See that? The carnal body was not created. His firstborn is the spiritual man. That's why he said, let us make man in our image. We supposed to kill them old men and old people and make them in our image because we want to be in God's image.
Yes.
He gave power to us, the spiritual people.
Mm-hmm. To convert them.
Yes. Verse 31, it means it was very good.
Mm-hmm.
God had not created the carnal body yet till Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. You got to get that in your head.
Yeah.
You got to get that in your head. I'm sorry.
Everything here is spiritual.
It's spiritual. Mm-hmm. He not even talking to that carnal body. That carnal body not even there yet. That's the spiritual world right there. And it was very good then till he created that knucklehead, the carnal man.
Right.
Genesis 6:6. He said he wish he never even made him. Because he's a headache.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth.
On the carnal understanding.
And it grieved him at his heart.
His mind.
He hate the carnal.
He hate the carnal, bro. He gonna kill that carnal man.